Now, this might shock iPhone fans. Oh no! Calm down, it'll be okay. Go to Settings, Privacy, Location Services, scroll down, tap System Services, and choose Significant Locations. Your phone knows not only where you live, but also where you work, where your favorite supermarket is, and other places you visit frequently. If it makes you feel uncomfortable, just turn it off. Multitasking doesn't exhaust your battery as long as the apps in the background aren't actually working, like location tracking or any music player. So, if you don't want to close the apps on standby for some reason, it's okay to leave them be. Cached data consumes a huge amount of precious space, and buying extra cloud space is not the only way to retrieve some. Whenever you see that you're out of memory and you've got literally nothing to delete, check all your messengers. Even if you deleted the photo from the camera roll, it's still stored in a cache. Go to your messenger settings and delete all the cached files. There's a sure sign your charger has gone bad. When you notice it takes more time to charge your phone, like earlier, you could go full charged within an hour and a half, and it now takes more than 3 hours to do so. You have to replace the charger. If you see your phone cable has turned green, throw it away and replace it with a new one. The wire inside the cable is made of copper, and this metal turns green when it corrodes, just like some statues out there made of it. If the wire has rusted, the charger is not safe to use anymore because it loses its conductive properties and may even cause an electrical fire. So, whenever you see a greenish tint on your usually white cable, toss it without hesitation. This one doesn't happen that often, but if you live in a moist or dusty environment, one day you can see rust on the connecting ends. Rust often can't be cleaned, and even if you manage to get rid of it, it might break the delicate pins on the charging cable. So it's probably best to replace your charger right away. Now, charging ports get loose over time, and once it happens, you start to hold your phone at a particular angle to charge it. Take action as soon as you notice it. Either ask a specialist to fix it or replace the charger. Now, if your phone won't charge, it's not necessarily the charger's fault. The problem can be about the adapter. The USB ports and adapters can get loose over time. So, if you're sure the cable is fine, check the adapter. Also, sometimes the problem may be about the battery. It may be so that the adapters seem to be fine, same with the cables, but the phone just won't charge. Check the cable jack. Sometimes it catches a lot of lint, which results in charging problems. You can easily clean it with a toothpick. Don't use a needle or any other metal object, though, as you may damage the port. Your phone may malfunction not only because of battery problems. Unnecessary data can make it work slower, so reboot your phone once a week. Don't overload your device. Too many pics or documents don't make it work any faster either. If you store all the important information in a cloud, you'll also have access there from any device. A simple explanation as to why 1% might last a long time is that the phone has underestimated the current battery capacity. Then, when it gets down to what it thinks should be almost empty, displaying 1%, it finds that the battery has more capacity left than it estimated. There's also a bit of psychology. When you see that your phone's about to turn off, it kind of encourages you to plug it in ASAP. By the way, modem batteries can't be fully charged or drained. The last 20% of a battery takes longer to charge than the rest because lithium-ion batteries have a bit of a complex charging profile. When the battery is low, the charger supplies a fixed current, generally the peak current that the charger or battery combination can handle. As the voltage increases, the charger switches over to a constant voltage profile, where the voltage is supplied at 4.3 volts or so, and the current is entirely based on what the battery will take. Sleeping with your phone under your pillow is not a very healthy idea. Cell phones, tablets, and other forms of handheld technology release electromagnetic waves caused by X-rays, just as microwaves do, which may lead to serious health issues. Even though an adult person's skull is quite thick, like mine, and protects the brain well, it's best to be on the safe side and put your phone on the bedside table. If you accidentally crack the screen carrying your phone, replace it with a new one as soon as possible. Yeah, it might not seem a problem since the touchscreen still works, But all the grease and dust will get through the cracks. It can eventually damage the screen, so hurry up. Facial skin is sensitive, and your phone is almost 7 times dirtier than a toilet seat. Talking on the phone seems like rubbing a toilet seat against your cheek. Ooh. So don't press your phone against your face. You don't want germs, do you? And maybe wash your hands more often. Blue light, brightness, and even font size can be the reason why you get a poor night's sleep, especially if you love to scroll the feed until you fall asleep. Go to Settings and turn on the blue light filter. It's called Night Shift for iPhones, and there are blue light filter apps for Androids too. Also, adjust the brightness and font size. Be careful using the phone on the beach. Don't leave it in the sun on your beach towel. Though it doesn't need sunscreen and there's no way it can have sunburn, it can still be badly damaged by scorching rays. Lithium batteries are like humans. Their operating temperature range is 59 to 95 degrees Fahrenheit. Now, don't charge your smartphone if it's over 95 degrees because it may cause damage to the battery. Also, it's bad to charge it on a cover. We know cell phones don't enjoy the heat. The heat gets trapped inside, so it can damage your battery. And never try to cool it off in a freezer, as lithium batteries can't stand cold either. Boy, they're picky. Still, remember that some heat while charging your phone is completely fine. The charger uses a transformer to convert the AC line voltage from a wall outlet to the DC voltage required to charge the battery. No process would be 100% efficient, so some amount of electricity is released as heat. Excessive heat, and especially discoloration, are bad signs that the charger circuitry is beginning to fail. This may possibly result in an electric shock when you unplug the device. Bzzt, ow! Pockets are one of the worst places to keep your phone. You can lose it, accidentally sit on it and crack the screen, or what's way worse, get radiated. The phone has a full range of signals that are not good for our health. Mobile data, Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, and NFC were added to the list. By the way, don't use public Wi-Fi if you don't want to leak your personal data. Some people like to jailbreak their phones to access more app stores, not only the official ones. Well, before doing it, remember that this procedure literally eliminates the safeguard the manufacturer installed on your phone. Plus, unofficial app stores and apps can lead to data leaking. If leaking occurs, your phone may need some absorbent undergarments. Just kidding. One thing you may probably never leave home without is a power bank. They are much safer than any public hub. Make sure the amperage is correct. Most modern smartphones charge at 2.1 amps, and most power banks have a range of 2.1 to 2.4 amps, which is totally okay. Check if the phone's not too hot while charging. The hotter the battery, the less effective the charging. They're watching you when you're in the bedroom and when you're in the bathroom. No, I'm not talking about your 3-year-old kids. One of the last things you think about when going on vacation is if the room you're staying in has hidden cameras planted all over the place. For starters, look in the most obvious spots in your hotel room to see if you can find any hidden cameras. According to some experts, if you can't find anything in plain sight, then using your smartphone is enough for a basic sweep. Every camera has a lens, and all lenses reflect light. So a quick way to check for hidden cameras is to close all the curtains in the room and turn off the lights. Use your phone's flashlight to point it at potential places or objects a hidden camera might be at. One of the apparent spots is the smoke detector on the ceiling. Grab a chair and point the light straight at it and try to see if there's any red or blue light reflected. You'll have to do it slowly since the light needs to strike the lens at the correct angle for you to see a reflection. After you're done, move on to other objects like the shower head in the bathroom or an alarm clock or phone charger. Keep in mind the positions of these objects. If the charger is placed where a surveillance camera could be, then investigate it and call the reception. Even a painting in the room can be a potential nest for a hidden camera. Other objects can be lamps, a hole in the wall, or somewhere inside the closet. Another creepy place is the bathroom mirror. This one is tricky to spot, so you'll have to be patient when inspecting it. You can also use your phone camera to spot surveillance cameras that spy on you at night. These secret cameras emit infrared lights that the human eye can't see so that they can work at night. You'll also have to turn off all the lights and put the camera in selfie mode. The rear-facing camera on most smartphones has an infrared filter, but the front one doesn't. You can try pointing a TV remote at the front-facing camera and press on any of the buttons to see it yourself. If you see a bright red light on your screen, that means it's working. All you have to do is move your camera in the dark to see if you can find a bright light around. It'll be good to do a second sweep to make sure you didn't miss anything. Another technique you can use is turning off the Wi-Fi when you enter the hotel room. Most of the cameras are hooked up to the Wi-Fi, so they won't be functioning anymore. If you get a call from the reception saying that the Wi-Fi is down in the room, that might be a red flag. There's no reason for them to know if the Wi-Fi was purposely turned off. It could mean that the cameras are on the local Wi-Fi. When you connect to your hotel room Wi-Fi for the first time, be careful about sharing your personal data. Most networks will ask for your login credentials, such as your email. Some people can recreate a Wi-Fi login page that's identical to that of the actual hotel, which can be deceiving. You might be connecting to a Wi-Fi router, but an email is all it takes for some people to know everything about you. One of the best things you can do is download an app that shows you what devices are currently connected to the Wi-Fi that you're using. It can show what smartphone, laptop, smart TV, and in the worst case, hidden cameras are connected. A radio frequency scanner can detect a wireless camera in the room, even if it's connected to its own Wi-Fi. It might be challenging, though, because of many wireless devices overcrowding the airways. You can pick up random signals even if you turn off all your devices and any wireless emitting signals. Intrusion into your personal life can go so far as someone tapping your mobile phone or landline to listen to your conversations. One way of eavesdropping on people's conversations is installing a microphone to a line that sends the audio wirelessly to a recorder from a remote transmitter. Almost anyone can get their hands on such equipment since it's not too expensive to buy and is available in many shops and online. If you notice strange sounds while talking on the phone, like clicking, distant voices, or that sound similar to an old record playing, then chances are someone is listening to your phone calls. These sounds aren't typical for a regular modern cell phone. Most bugging software runs in the background of your phone without you knowing, which drains the battery. There can be many explanations for why your phone battery keeps draining, but some software living on your phone, viruses, and malware will likely be the reason. You can also look out for unusual phone activity when you're not using your gadget. If your notifications keep popping up and you muted them, then maybe your phone is being bugged. In that case, they do not only have access to your phone calls, but your actual phone. They can fish out any picture, video, file, and information you have without you knowing it. If you try powering off your phone and it takes way longer than usual, it can be another sign of someone tracking your phone. For the phone to completely shut down, it needs to log out of all the tasks and activities properly. If your phone is transferring data to someone remotely, it might be the reason for the delay in shutting down. One of the biggest red flags is if you receive text messages that have random symbols and numbers. The ones who tap your phone use some illegal software, which sometimes requires them to receive secret codes. Make sure the text messages aren't something you subscribe to. Otherwise, contact someone who can help. If you scroll through your apps and notice something that shouldn't be there, or something that looks fishy, the app could be a disguise for a spying app. Also, check for weird history in your browsers for stuff you didn't search. You might notice your phone turning on and off randomly without you touching your phone. And worst of all, they can turn on your phone camera anytime they want without you knowing. If you feel like your phone is tampered with, then you have to factory reset everything. It wipes out all the data, including files, settings, and apps. The same risks apply to your laptop. Every now and then, we all click on something that seems legit, even though it acts as an access point for spyware to enter our computer software. Draining battery, overheating, and weird activity are telltale signs of your PC being infected. GPS trackers are the most common ways to track someone's vehicle. It's pretty simple to get the job done, but it's very difficult to find the trackers since they're usually planted deep inside the car. If you ever get the spooky feeling that someone could be watching you while you drive, or coincidentally see the same person everywhere you drive your car, then start searching for that tracker. The most common places are underneath the car or near the back wheels. But the person tracking your car is smart and knows what they're doing. They're not going to let you find it that easily. If you find nothing on the outside of your vehicle, then try looking on the inside. If you find something there, it's a clear sign the person tracking you broke into your car and planted the tracking device. Or it could be someone you know who took a ride with you once and slipped it in without you knowing. Check behind the dashboard and within your car's electronics to be sure. Instead of ripping your car apart to find the tracker, you can buy a GPS bug detector. They work by finding electronic frequencies in your car's proximity. They won't block it from tracking you down, but they'll help you find it. Before using it, turn off your smartphone or put it in airplane mode. This way, the frequencies won't intercept with the tracking device. And if you feel like this isn't working, try parking your car in a remote area where nothing is in sight. Even a remote garage would do. Well, anyone else feeling a little paranoid? Let's see some hands.